Hey guys, Immersed here. Welcome to Arathi Basin on a Restoration Druid. So this is my level 76 Resto Druid just because he is my only Druid on my account spec'd and geared for Restoration. Now, I'm really excited about bringing this video because this will show you guys just how intense a match can be at this level. And just how, how much fun it can be and how intense and how much fun it can be to watch. So, I always hit mine usually when I'm on the Horde side. I always go to mine, and right here we are just dealing with a whole lot of people. Getting our rejuvenation up on that Paladin here, followed by a Swift Mend, and just keeping our wild growth on cooldown. Always try to keep your life bloom stacks on yourself as your personal healer, or if one of your teammates is going down quickly, just throw the 3 stacks on them. I have the glyph that allows my Druid to do that. Alright, so just getting a lot of damage. There's a lot of Destruction Warlocks in here. Using our clear casting to get regrowths out there. I also have the regrowth glyph that is a 100% increased critical strike chance, but it no longer applies the overtime effect. The reason I got that glyph is because anytime I regrowth, it will apply the Living Seed, which is basically like one stack of Prayer of Mending. So if I have Living Seed on and I get hit, my Living Seed will heal me for that. For a I think 10 or 20% of the damage, 10 or 20% of the healing that my regrowth did. So that is very, very good. So again, keeping our wild growth on cooldown, that is our best AoE heal, other than Tranquility, but Tranquility has a 3-minute or a 2-minute cooldown, something like that. And as you can see, just doing a lot of healing with wild growth. So when to use what heals, Rejuvenation keep up at all times on people taking damage. It's just a really powerful heal. Life Bloom, like I said, I always keep that on myself unless one of my teammates is going down really, really quickly. I throw it on them. Wild Growth, always keep on cooldown. Regrowth, use when your clear casting is available. Healing Touch, use basically if they're going down at a good pace and you know you have enough cast time to get that off. It's your biggest heal. And I keep Cenarian Ward up on myself usually, and I have the Trents, so anytime I need help with heals, I just summon my tree buddies. And yeah, they really, really help. I really enjoy that talent. It saved my skin more times than I can count. Alright, so we're going to go up to Lumbermill here. And this is where the intensity starts, I guess you could say. There is a lot of Alliance up here. There is a lot of Alliance up here, so I try and Typhoon them off. I do knock them back a little bit, I slow them down. I do have a balanced Druid on me, and I'm going to start putting my Life Blooms up on myself, keep that up. Use my Wild Growth just as a preventative heal. And there's just so much damage going on through my entire team right now. Again, getting my Wild Growth though. Getting my Rejuvenation up on the Druid here. And both teams wanted to win really, really badly. There's some really good exceptional players in here. Using my Regrowth on this Paladin, getting a 10,000 crit up. Gonna try and get a knockoff here. And I just by a second went behind the Paladin. And the Druid trying to get a knockoff on me, that's not going to happen. That's why I don't stand near the edge. So getting all my hots up on myself, I am taking a lot of damage right now. So I see the Death Knight standing near the edge. It did get knocked off, so that is one less Alliance to deal with here. And Restoration Druid guys are so much fun. They are awesome. So getting a Rejuvenation up on this Paladin, followed by a clear casting Regrowth. Trying to get a knockoff on the Druid, just about happened, but basically got pulled back, I believe, because of Ursul's Vortex. So I go in kitty form just to get a pounce off and a little bit of damage on the Boomkin, just because he's not actually dropping as quickly as we'd hope. So I interrupt his Astral Communion there with my Typhoon. And again, trying to get as much heals out as possible to keep my team up, because if they go down, I go down basically. So again, using my wild growth, trying to push a shaman off. I do get a successful push off for the elemental shaman. No thunderstorming my teammates off this time anyway. So just using my cat form to break a snare there. Alright, and we successfully took lumber mill. Just going to take a look at blacksmith and just make sure everything is safe before we leave, and it is not. So one of my teammates has death gripped, and we're just going to help that out really quickly, because death knights can do a lot of damage. It is an unholy death knight also, so that does not help the damage situation. It does even more damage when they summon the gargoyle plus the ghoul. Alright, so we decide to go back to lumber mill. We just went to help another base, but when we got there they didn't actually need it. Try and get a knockoff on the boomkin again. He's always just a little bit too much in, and he just lands perfectly on the ground. Alright, getting a regrowth up with my healer there. And I absolutely love restoration druids. They fit my healing place out perfectly. I can move, I can kite around, I love overtime effects. I love feral druid bleeds, I love affliction warlocks, and I love restoration druids. They're all one and the same in my eyes, just different aspects. Alright, so we're going to go in here and start getting our heals up on our teammates here that really need it. They are getting pounded by the enemy team, so I'm going to try and help the melee DPS on our side, get behind the warlock, going to typhoon it into our team. And the little gnome warlock with little baby demon wings. I'm not quite sure how threatening that is, but cute, sure, why not. So I have this death knight on me, and I realize our team is more interested in killing at that point, so I just wanted to basically get rid of this death knight here. And he is just not willing to leave me alone right now. One of his restoration druids comes in, saves him from his health, heals him up fully. So now I realize their entire team is spawning at blacksmith. I see this as a pretty futile fight. I know they're just going to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. So we decide to go and help lumber mill. And as we're doing that, the little death knight keeps following me. So there's one way to get rid of a death knight on a hill when you have Typhoon as a druid. We're going to wait till he's a little bit up. We're going to turn around. We're going to Typhoon him and he's going to go flying. Alright, so I catch a boomkin here. So I'm going to Typhoon it to keep it in combat. He can't stealth as he just tried to get in kitty form. And we're going to get Fairy Fire up. 40 seconds, he cannot stealth. And he goes into kitty form again to try. Unfortunately, can't. Unfortunately for him, fortunately for me. So I have an Arms Warrior on me at 79, doing a lot of damage. Getting all my dots up on myself, including my regrowth. And, sorry, one of my other teammates regrowth right here in tree form. And my Life Bloom and Wild Growth. And they are going down real quick. Could not do much to save that Restoration Druid. So we're going to walk up as a tree and smack the warrior in the face with our branch for a hand, I guess. Try and get a knockoff. It's not going to work. But we're not going to let him take it. We're going to try our best anyway. We have a Destruction Warlock. And that Chaos Bolt just killed me. Chaos Bolt just hits way too hard. So we're going to go ahead and try and take Blacksmith here. And as you can see, look, if you keep looking at the score, it is extremely close all the way through. So my healer takes Blacksmith. Now the only thing to do now is just to clean up Blacksmith, make sure there's no Alliance members here. And again, getting Life Bloom up on myself, because you never know when the rogue is going to stealth and open up on you again with a Shadow Dance maybe. Or when, you know, a really hard hitting spell just comes out of nowhere and hits you. You always want to have at least one dot up on yourself at all times, especially if you're using the Trent Glyph, because there's no real other spec of Druid that would use that other than Restoration. I'm absolutely 100% happy they re-added this. I love the Trent form, especially as a Resto Druid. Alright, so we're here guarding Blacksmith as a Restoration Druid, and this 79 Shadow Priest that hits like a truck comes in. If you watch my health, you can see how hard he hits. Like, I'm supposed to die here. I get my Swiftmend up, and I'm just waiting for help. He, you know, fortunately for me, moves right close to the edge, and I get a Typhoon off. And he comes back with his rogue buddy. And we're going to wait a little bit, and we're going to get Typhoon out. The rogue just opened on my healer. Going to get a Fairy Fire on the rogue so he can't re-stealth without wasting his cloak. And the Restoration Druid comes in. We have a Shadow Priest. We have so many. And unfortunately, as we were healing, the Restoration Druid right behind me tries to take it. I do try and get a Fairy Fire off on him. It was just a little too late. And I go down by the Shadow Priest trying to retake the base. So another big fight at Lumber Mill. And I'm trying to take it. They're not going to let me though. So we're going to do the next best thing we can. That's just try and keep all of our teammates up until we can basically wipe Lumber Mill of all Alliance members. Trying to get a knockoff on the Elemental Shaman and the Boomkin. It's not going to happen. They were too far in. And just checking our bases, see how we're standing. Really wanted to win at this point. They did get 3 bases right now. They pulled a little bit of a head on the scoreboard. So I'm just going to go over here and help this Shaman kill his Warlock. Mage pops out of nowhere, gets a Dragon's Breath up. And we see the Boomkin yet again. Gonna get Ursul's Vortex up so he can't go anywhere. He can't escape the ranged DPS. And he is completely slowed right now. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a very intense match. We did lose just by a little bit. It was a real heartbreaker. If you enjoyed it, if you found it fun, entertaining, if you learned something, if you liked it, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. It would greatly help me. And as always, happy hunting. Thank you guys very much.